Happy Monday and welcome to your mental health mini. It is back to school season, so we are doing a solo on optimizing your college routines. Routine is huge because in college you have a lot less structure in your day. In high school, you're getting up at like 7, you're in school until 4, you probably have extracurriculars, then you have dinner. You really don't have a lot of freedom over your day unless it's on the weekends, and college is really a complete 180 from that. And so it's on you to come up with a routine that supports your physical health, your mental health, your academics, and any other goals that you're trying to pursue. So the first thing that comes to mind when I think about routine in college is your class schedule. When you're choosing your classes, I have a couple of pieces of advice. The first one is to talk to people that are a year or two above you and are trying to go into a similar major or field. So if you are a STEM major and you're doing pre-med, there's going to be like a really set track of what classes you're going to take, what electives you're going to take, if you need those, exactly what level of math and chemistry and bio. So talking to an upperclassman or someone who's done that before can really help you understand what other people in your class are going to be taking. The second point I want to make here is about spacing out classes, which I found was like night and day for being able to stay on top of work and not become overwhelmed, is like capping out like 2 or 3 classes a day. Taking like 4 back-to-back classes on one day and then having literally no classes the next day. I found that really difficult to, again, stay on top of work, make sure that all my homework was done, feel like I am keeping up a good momentum and not getting burnt out. So my recommendation would be like 2 to 3 classes per day. Look at your schedule, think about that. It's really easy to be like, oh, I got that. Like they wouldn't offer the classes if it wasn't possible to stay on top of them. Like it's fine that there's 7 back-to-back classes all on Monday, but give yourself some grace. Like you've never done this before. These are different classes than you've taken in high school. So be intentional. Make things a little bit easier on yourself if you can, and then you can ramp things up second semester if you need to. And then the last thing I'll add here about classes is to schedule work and studying time into your day. Again, similar to high school, like the work and homework time is scheduled into your day, probably at night, because there's no other point in the day when you could do it. Versus at college, it's like you have 3 to 4 hour blocks in the middle of the day. Maybe there's days when you only have classes in the morning. So you have so much more time to figure out what you're going to do with your day. So schedule and study blocks that you don't miss. Make that commitment to yourself. And it doesn't mean that there's always going to be a ton of stuff for you to do, but you can start getting ahead on readings. If you get behind on work, those are great opportunities to make up that work. Schedule it in for yourself because it's not magically going to happen. And I found that having less structure in my schedule means that it's kind of more difficult to get things done and hold myself accountable. So schedule those things in, pack your schedule. So it's like, okay, I got to work on this homework now or it's not going to get done. And that sense of urgency can be helpful. It's very important to get rest and to take time away from classes and studying, or you will burn out very quickly because college is a lot of work. It's no joke. It's a lot of studying. It's a lot more independent than high school. Like you are the one that is putting in the hours if you want to do well, and the structures aren't there as much as they are in high school. So because of that, it's even more important to build rest into your routine. So I find it really helpful to have like time off from school. So whether that's like a cutoff time at night where you're like after 11 p.m., I'm not going to work on homework because it's not effective for you to like write a random essay until 4 a.m. and get up and go to class the next morning. Or you're like, Fridays, I am not going to think about schoolwork. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to be in the library, and that works well for you. So make sure to take time off emotionally, mentally, stress-wise, because again, it can lead to burnout really quickly, and that's something I found to be very effective for me. Sleep is a huge thing. You just won't be able to show up as the best version of yourself if you're not getting enough sleep. You won't be able to perform academically. You won't be able to pay attention. You won't be able to learn. You probably won't be very enjoyable to be around socially. You will fall behind on things. So sleep is key. And again, it's something that you are in charge of and that you have to prioritize yourself. And the last thing I'll add with rest is to take time to recharge socially. I feel like the first couple of months, weeks of college, you're really quickly going to understand if you're more extroverted or introverted. And by that, I mean if you feel recharged when you're in a group or when you're by yourself. For me, I'm definitely more introverted. I like to spend time by myself to recharge, and then I'm able to show up in social situations. I don't necessarily like get more energy from being in social situations for super long periods of time. So being able to recharge socially and kind of like have my dorm room be a safe space is really helpful. The other thing here to add is free time. You're going to have so much more free time than you would in high school. I think it makes sense to kind of like put some thought and be like, okay, what is important to me in a week? Like, is it important to me that I spend time outside? Is it important to me that I get dinner with friends? Do I want to prioritize exercise? How much am I prioritizing studying? And then breaking up your schedule to reflect that, and what work-life balance is most effective in maintaining your mental health. So give yourself grace. It will take time. That's okay. That's expected. Trial and error. If you are trying, you're at least moving in the right direction. Create an effective foundation. Ask for help when you need it. If you enjoyed this week's Mental Health Mini, you can listen to the full episode. It is episode 105 with yours truly. A link to the episode is in the show notes. As always, make sure to share with a friend or family member, post on social, and tag at She Persisted Podcast, and leave a review, subscribe, turn on automatic downloads. It really helps the podcast. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you later this week.